I should probably block myself since I'm not teaching or not. That's all right. It's just not cooking.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and once you've chopped the Brussels sprouts, lay them out on a sheet pan. Just pour them onto the sheet pan and then add a little olive oil. You can also add some salt and pepper if you want. And oh, also important, preheat the oven to 425. So you kind of just put them on the sheet pan. You can like mix them around with your hands so they get the oil on them. I try to use like as little dishes as possible, you know, to try to save dishwashing time. So let's see, I'm gonna add a little salt. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine in the oven. And they should be, you know, it depends on your oven a little bit, but 20 minutes to a half hour usually. And that way they get nice and crisp. They get nice like browning to them. And then you're gonna go ahead and start the skillet on the stove. So you're gonna use like a large skillet like this, because we're gonna be making like a 1-pan meat and veggie sauce. So again, try to use as little pots and pans and dishes as possible. So we're gonna heat that up, put some olive oil or whatever cooking oil you have.
Hold on, I'm on screen.
Letting the pan heat up a little bit. Good to let the pan heat up before you put the veggies in. So they get.
How many carrots and celery did you chop up?
I did about 3 medium carrots, 4, they were like kind of small, the stalks of celery, so I did 4 of them. Yeah, so you want to have about this much total. And this is enough, you know, for 4 adults, so kids' sizes will definitely be smaller. I like to make this for 2 nights, you know, like, or you could have it as like lunch for leftovers, like make it for your family 1 night and then eat it for lunches the next few days. It really keeps well. And it's nice to have like those extra veggies in there because it's fiber, it's micronutrients, it's really good. And it's still, you know, kid friendly with the spaghetti for that dish. I'm gonna pour my veggies in. And you wanna heat the pan to about medium heat at first to kind of soften the onions. You don't want to cook it too high or else they can burn. And then also going to start getting some water ready for the pasta. So for the pasta, I do 2 boxes of mac and cheese. And again, this is for about 4 adults, 4 regular servings. And then this pasta, I'm using red lentil pasta, but you can use whatever kind you want or what your family likes. This one's nice because it has more fiber and it's also gluten-free. My fiance is a little bit gluten intolerant, so we've been using like the gluten-free pastas. There's a lot of different kinds, which makes it fun. You can like try different ones. They have kind of different flavors. And it's kind of fun. It's like a red color too. So it's kind of something different. So I'm gonna get some water ready. I have a pot about this big is good. It doesn't have to be too big for the pasta.
So right now to the pan, we're adding the veggies, right? The onion, the carrots, and the celery to the skillet.
And
Yeah. Okay.
In the saucepan, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
right.
the sheet pan is for the Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Got some water. So we're going to be using 4 burners total. There'll be the veggies and the meat will all go in one pan along with the pasta sauce later on. And we're going to cook the sausage in a saucepan. I personally like a metal pan for sausage. So that way it gets like a nice crisp. If you use like one of those metal pans or a cast iron pan, I don't know what kind of pans you guys use. The nonstick pan is good for like veggies, I feel like, if you just want to cook them, but the nonstick doesn't really brown them. So as well as like a metal pan, like a shiny metal pan. So to get a nice brown on the sausage, we're going to use the metal pan. And the sausage will cook a little bit later. It doesn't take very long to cook. I'm using, this is from Whole Foods. I don't know if you can see it. It is jalapeno Monterey Jack chicken sausage. And I've had it before, it's really good. I definitely recommend, you guys have Whole Foods? You guys shop at Whole Foods at all? Yeah, they have a lot of good different like sausages, like different flavors, and they have chicken, they have turkey. I always feel like it's a nice thing to incorporate into meals for protein. So do any of you guys have any dietary restrictions or anything like that? I forgot to ask at the beginning. No, no dietary restrictions, okay.
That's the bad thing for me, because then I eat everything.
Sugar,
I wish I did.
Oh, I need sugar to be my dietary restriction. Ooh. So bad. That was the kids now were like, after having been on vacation, they're like, can we have ice cream? I'm like, stop, no. 600 smoothies on vacation. He finally just learned how to like go up to the bar himself and was just like, can I have a strawberry smoothie? So now they're conditioned and they just want I'm like, it's not here anymore. We're not in Jamaica. Get over it. The vacation has ended. Although here I sit drinking a rum punch, so let's be honest, the vacation has not ended. I refuse to give in.
Good for you. Live it up.
I got one. That's it. I got like 4 more hours, and then tomorrow that's it. Life starts all over. I did work yesterday, but I'm like, I'm gonna give myself Sunday.
So I like to set a timer. I forgot to do this a little bit earlier, but for the Brussels sprouts in the oven, set a timer, about 10 minutes just to check on them. And then you can kind of stir it around so they get crispy on all sides. I also like to cook it on the bottom shelf. That way it gets nice and crisp. I don't know. Like I'm not a big fan of like steamed Brussels sprouts, but I think having them like crispy and brown kind of makes them more appealing to me, at least. And probably for kids too. Do any of your kids, have they tried Brussels sprouts before? No, okay.
My kids are so picky. We love them.
I also did a nice video on preschool nutrition too. I don't know if you watched it yet, Laura.
I did not watch that one yet. I watched the prenatal one, which was good, which would be great for our Fit for Baby program, which we're supposed to start in the next like month here. So, but no, I did not. So I'll have to watch that one because yeah, they're my kids are my girls are good. Michael's the pickiest eater on the planet Earth. He won't eat anything except for chicken breaded in the shape of a dinosaur.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, he's not a good eater. My girls are good eaters.
How many girls do you have?
2.
Nice.
No more. There are no more petticoats coming.
You never know.
No, that ship has sailed. They're gone. The pieces and parts have been removed. There's no more. Yeah. I can't afford any more kids. Oh my God.
And make sure you guys are also going to be boiling 2 pots of water, 1 pot for the mac and cheese and 1 pot for the pasta. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but just want to remind you. Hopefully your water will be boiling soon. My veggies are starting to look softened. I'll show you what they look like. So at this point, the onions kind of get translucent. So they become a little bit sweeter and less bitter. We're gonna cook them a little longer. And no worries that the carrots and celery aren't cooked yet. They will be fully cooked later. Once we're gonna add the meat next. And you can also add garlic if you want. I don't know if I actually have garlic. I don't think I have any. But if you want to add garlic to the veggies, let's see. Yeah, you would add the meat first, or you could add the garlic first. But you don't want to overcook the garlic. It's good to kind of just cook it for like 1 to 2 minutes on high heat, and then turn it down and kind of like move it to the side so it doesn't burn. Because when garlic gets burned, it can kind of get bitter. And you can also use garlic powder, which I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a little garlic powder on the veggies. I think garlic just adds more flavor.
Not many meals that we cook in this house without garlic.
Oh, good. Okay.
Very few. And when it's like chunks, like we buy the big Costco pre-cut.
Oh, nice,
chopped.
nice.
It's massive because yeah, my husband's 100% Italian, so, and I just have learned to eat and cook like he grew up, so yeah.
I can't put my brush in my pony. Right.
There's straight chaos in this house right now. It's on your.
So a nice thing with pasta, especially with kids, is to break it in half. A neat little trick that I learned. Kind of just while it's dry, you break it in half, and then it's easier for like people to pick up with a fork. And if you're going to use like one of the lentil pastas or something different, or like a whole wheat, I think it helps with the texture to cook it a little bit longer. Because I know sometimes kids don't like whole wheat things and stuff like that. Do your kids ever eat like whole wheat pasta or anything like that? Anyone?
I've given it to my son before and he eats it. I don't think he can tell the difference yet, like with the sauce and everything. Like he can't really tell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he hasn't figured that out yet.
That's about all mine has had. So he doesn't really know the difference.
Oh, that's even better. Just start them on whole wheat, keep them on whole wheat. That's great. You can use whole wheat, Like I said, I'm using the lentil. There's all kinds of different ones that are good. And then I feel like with kids also, you can play with like thin, angel hair, thick, like see what kind of like texture they like. I know when I was a kid, I only wanted to eat angel hair pasta. So I was kind of picky in that way. All right, so it looks like my veggies are good to go. Show you what they look like. They're looking good. Now I'm going to add the meat to the pan. So I've got ground, 90% lean, grass-fed ground beef. But you could use turkey, use whatever you like to use. So add that in. Always good to wash your hands when you touch ground beef. So you kind of add to the pan, chop it up into smaller pieces with the back of the spoon. At this point, when you have the meat in, you push the veggies kind of off to the side so they don't get too soft. And that way the meat can brown. You could turn the heat up to high or medium high, and the meat kind of browns in the center of the pan. All right, so my other water is boiling, so I'm going to be adding pasta. I need to set a timer on my phone. It's good to set timers. Sometimes I use my phone as a timer, the microwave, or if you have just like a kitchen timer, especially with pasta, it can easily get lost in the shuffle. So let's see, 7 to 9 minutes. And for the pasta, you want to stir it occasionally. Try to keep it boiling the whole time.
All right, baby's hungry, so I'm going to be out for a bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to put my husband on chopping duty.
Okay, good. Put him to work. And I'm just browning this meat right now. Trying to get it nice and brown. That's the timer for the Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to check on those. See how they're looking. Ooh, they're getting nice and crisp. I'm going to show you what they look like. This is what the Brussels sprouts look like. They're getting pretty crisp. I'm going to rotate them a little bit so they get browned pretty evenly. Make sure they all get flipped over. Back in. Taking another 7 to 10 minutes on the Brussels sprouts. See how they're doing. Set another timer. Good to set the timers for like a reminder to check stuff. And so you get this meat. It's looking good. Got some meat cooking with some garlic. Smells really good. I love making this too because it makes the whole kitchen smell good. When you're cooking all the veggies on the stove like that. Have your favorite, you know, seasonings. You could add basil, oregano. And you want to make sure, you want to keep chopping up the meat till it's no longer pink. Keep cooking it. At this point, I'm going to start cooking the sausage. I think we're about less than 10 minutes on my side over here from being done. So in total, let's see, what time did we start? Yeah, in total it's about a half hour. Comes together pretty quickly. Good for busy nights, and it's nice to make it in bulk, and then you have dinner for 2 nights or dinner and lunches. And the flavor holds up well too. Stir the pasta a little bit. It's starting to stick a little bit, so I gotta keep stirring it. Gonna start heating the pan. Pasting the pasta. Maybe needs a bit longer. So for the sausage, you want to heat, if you're using a metal pan, you would use like medium high. If a non-stick pan, then you would probably put it on high. When you use the metal pan, it gets a lot hotter. So you don't need to heat it as high. Now the pan's a little hot, I'm gonna add some oil. And then I'm going to add the sausage. So does anyone have any nutrition questions I can help answer?
I did not know that about the cast iron, or not cast iron, the metal pans versus the nonstick. I always find myself using a nonstick, but I have a metal. But you said that's better for the meat. The browning, I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely better for the browning. And the nice thing about a metal pan for cleaning, you know, you can just use like a scouring. You know, with nonstick, you can't really use the scouring kind of sponge.
True.
Like the metal scour kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
sure. And the metal, it scrapes right off too. So when you brown it, it makes kind of like a lot of stuff on the pan, but it's easy to come off too at the end.
I find myself always using the nonstick, but I have like probably that exact metal pan you have, and it just sits there. I don't use it enough. I need to use it more.
Yeah, I think having stuff, you know, browned, it gives it more flavor, you know.
Oh,
so
for
I
sure.
always like to brown the meats a little bit.
What was that show on, Diana, or no, Jody's not there, maybe Diana. It's on at noon. God, with Mario Batali. Did you ever watch it? And it was like, it's not on anymore. And there were 5, oh my God, what was it called? When I actually used to watch TV before I had 3 children. God, it was on at noon, and it was like Mario Batali and Clinton Kelly, the clothing guy that did like what?
Oh, yeah.
And the blonde who was the daughter of Dr. Oz.
Are you talking about the Chew?
Yes, the Chew. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that show. And what's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Carla.
Carla,
Yeah.
she has a podcast now. It's really good.
She used to always say there's flavor in the brown, and it's like stuck with me since I've ever heard her say that. And now I literally, every time I cook, I'm like, flavor in the brown. And I make sure that like things are brown, because she said it one time on the show and it stuck with me, and it's the truth. Like the more brown, that kind of stuff. Garlic browned is terrible, but meats browned is delicious. Yeah, and it literally stuck with me. I heard her say it one time. Carla, wasn't her name?
Carla Hall, yeah.
That's it, yeah. She was great. I loved that show. That was such a good show. And they got canceled.
Yeah, I'm sad that they canceled it. I don't know why.
I learned so many tips on that show. Hi, Jose.
Hey.
I saw him roll through. Good job in that fire pit.
Oh, thank you. Well, we haven't tried it. So
yeah, we haven't turned it on, so we'll see.
It's just
don't congratulate me yet. Yeah.
That was us in the heating lamp that we bought for Nina's shower, which Rob put together the night before, and we were so concerned when he hit the switch, it was just gonna like light up like a rocket and take off.
Yeah.
All is well, although now it's like half bent because it's been so stinking windy the last few days.
Oh. I know, yeah.
We'll let Diana test it.
Oh, that's mean.
What do you think?
He's like, we'll let Diana test it. He wants me to turn it on first.
No. You build it, you have to start it. I feel like that's It looks nice though.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. We need we thought we had 2 propane tank, and we do, but I guess one is empty, so.
Is that what it is? Is propane?
Yeah.
Jess has one like that where it's like rocks on the top and it like
that's how this one is.
Yeah, that's nice. I know, because otherwise you have to get wood. Fortunately, my father-in-law's sister like chopped down a massive tree last summer and has like more wood than she can keep up with. So he just constantly keeps bringing us wood, because otherwise wood is so expensive.
It is expensive. Yeah. I remember when we first moved in here, the guy had so much wood, and we told like a friend, and he's like, I'll go get it. And like he came that day and he grabbed there was so much wood, but we didn't, it was so much. And he's like, no, I'll take it. He brought like a little trailer thingy and he loaded all the wood.
Yeah. My father-in-law will like randomly come over with his truck and bring more every so often because we run out of it. But like in our garage, we have like a whole wall just like stacked with wood.
Nice.
A lot at Nina's shower, so we're getting low. We need more.
Yeah, it was cold at night.
I know. I actually thought about going out tonight, but we'll see. I was like, my door just opened. That's just my dog.
I also want to show you guys, this is kind of a nifty colander. It clips onto the pan. So it goes like this.
I've seen those.
Yeah. It helps, you know.
And then you
and then you just pour it through there. Yeah.
I don't know how many times I'm like concerned I've lost a whole pot of noodles before making mac and cheese for the kids, and the whole thing falls out, and it's like, well, we're starting over.
Oh no.
I've done that before. I like that.
So just give you guys an update. Brussels sprouts are done. a good way to test the Brussels sprouts, not only you kind of look at the browning, but you can like stick a fork in it. If the fork goes in pretty easily, and you know that they're done, they're nice and soft. And the pasta is done, so we're just letting that sit. The sauce is cooking away, and chicken is browning in this pan. I'm going to rotate it so it gets browned evenly. Brown and some brown. Sauce is looking good. We can go ahead and add the cheese to the mac and cheese. So I usually just add a little milk with it. Just kind of stir it up in the pan, the milk and the cheese. About a tablespoon or two of milk.
Is it hot like in your guys' house? Like here is like so hot, but I'm like, I don't know if we should turn the AC. Same. Because it's gonna get cold again.
I know. It's supposed to drop to the 60s. Last week when we were in Jamaica, I felt all like it hit me out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my God, it's 80. And my cousin stayed the week here with the dogs. So I texted her, like, please tell me you don't still have our heat on. I'm like, you got to be melting. And she's like, no, I turned it off. I was like, oh, thank God. Because it was, when we left, it was cold. It was snowing.
Yeah.
80 midweek. Yeah. So I know, same. No, we have all our windows open and I'm sure the kids are, I'm like sweating right now because I've been outside all day. But yeah, it's very weird.
Like here in the first floor, it feels okay. But once we go upstairs, oh my God, it's so hot.
Same, I know. And our kids, like our room gets some airflow because we have like 2 that come across, but the kids' rooms are so hot and they just, there's like no airflow. And Mia doesn't have a fan in her room because these houses, for whatever reason, they didn't put ceiling lights and fans. I don't know why they do that in her room. My kids have it, the 2 in the other room, but not in Mia's room. So it's just well, I said goodnight to Maggie. All right, I'll be up in a sec. But yeah, I know it's hot in here. And yeah, well, it's supposed to, I know, I was looking at the
yeah, it's supposed to get cold again.
I know. I was watching the weather all week for classes and I was like, oh shoot, it's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, it's supposed to rain starting tonight into tomorrow all day. So there goes that. I know tomorrow's supposed to be 76, but it's supposed to rain in the morning.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Tuesday's supposed to be 59 and then 57. So yeah, it drops again. I don't.
Yeah, who knows? This weather is crazy.
It's nuts. I couldn't believe today's heat. It was crazy. But then the wind, holy moly.
Right. I know. I'm waiting for like our trees to like fall down on our house. I'm like, we really need to trim them, but
see, and I'm the opposite. I have these like little baby trees and I'm like, ooh, like watching
they're gonna go fly.
I'm just waiting for it to like come and like be uprooted. And I'm like, please don't. Like I planted them all last year and it's just like so windy and it's they stayed, but I'm waiting for them just to get launched right out of the ground. I know this whole week, I don't know what to do. Like Saturday saying for boost, it's like not great. I'm hoping to be outside, but it's not looking good. Yeah. Mornings are cold. Like Thursday morning saying 39. Like I can't.
Oh geez, that's cold.
Can't be outside with babies at 39 degrees. Son of a gun. Holy moly. Erin Mueller was supposed to do this today, and I texted her and I was like, "Are you coming?" And she's like, "No, they're in Florida. They rented a house." She says it has a pool, a hot tub, a movie room, a converted garage with an arcade, trampoline, slides, and a foam pit.
What? That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
No kidding. Oh my God. That was us. We did not want to come home from our trip. I'm like, oh, still not happy we're here. It was so nice.
If you're cooking the sausage, make sure to rotate it while you're cooking it. And depending what you're cooking, it has a different internal temperature. If it's chicken or turkey, you want to cook it to 165. If it's beef, then it's 155. So just something to keep in mind in terms of like food safety. I'm going to test it. Have like an instant read thermometer. These are good to have in the kitchen. We're going to test it. Oh, 173. Try to test it in a couple spots. 188. Okay, these are done. Let me turn that off. So we've got Brussels sprouts. We've got pasta hanging out. Chicken sausage looks good, nice and brown. And we got the mac and cheese. And we got the sauce. And the sauce is pretty much going to be simmering. You want to keep the lid on when you add the sauce. The liquid of the sauce helps to steam the carrots so they get cooked through. So you want to keep cooking it until the carrots are soft enough. You can always test it with a fork, kind of see where they're at. You can even eat one if you want, just to see if you like the texture. You want them to be soft. You don't want them to be too soft, but all right, that's good. It's like a little bit crispy, but pretty soft. I'm gonna turn that off. So as far as meal prep, do you guys meal prep often? Is that something that you guys do on a regular basis?
No, not so much prep. Plan though, yes. Like I'm planned out for the week. Generally Monday or Sunday, usually Mondays, we plan out for the week ahead as far as what we do, but prep, not as often. I used to, but
just hard with the timing.
Yeah. I'm really like picky about reheating food. I know, so like I don't know, like I can do it like one, but I'm so bad. Like, I don't know. I don't like the taste anymore after, or I think it's in my mind. So I think that's why I don't do a lot of like prepping. Yeah. I just don't like to reheat.
We don't reheat a lot either, honestly. Lunches, see, now I'll cook dinner and then eat it the next day.
Right, yeah.
For lunch, which we do a lot of. But yeah, no, I'm with you. We don't reheat enough stuff, honestly. But that's more my husband, less me, honestly.
Yeah, Jose will reheat like a whole week, but I can't. Like, I won't. So he'll eat more of like the leftovers than me, because I'm like, I don't want to eat that anymore. So he'll end up eating it. He's like not picky at all.
That's my mother-in-law. She would the same way. She'd cook a meal on Sunday, and then literally for the next 4 days, they'd eat the same meal. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't eat like that. She still cooks like that, though. She cooks for an army, and it's literally her and my father-in-law. So if you need food, you head there, because she's always cooking an army's worth of food. It depends. Lunches and snacks I'll prep ahead of time. Like we'll do the oatmeal balls ahead of time. And I'll do like a healthy chicken salad or something like that ahead of time so that I have it for the week. And I'll like chop vegetables and things for snacks and stuff like that. I'll prep that ahead of time. So that way I'm not reaching for garbage.
Yeah, sometimes it's bad because then we end up eating out too. Like we are like, oh, like we don't have anything, so let's just order. And then we end up ordering. So that's kind of the bad part too sometimes.
I know. We try, I mean, I at least plan my meals out, but yeah, they don't always get cooked.
Yeah.
There's some nights when you're just so tired. I'm like, all right, well, there's a baby crying and a person angry and somebody stubbed their toe and it's just like it's not happening. Like right now I can hear them yelling for me to come say goodnight and like and we're still on island time over here. They were going to bed so late, we all were, and Michael's got school in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be a rough day tomorrow because nobody is ready to go back to school or work in this house. Like we're all still coming home to the 80s was like not good. It like allowed me to continue to like sit on my back patio with my book and my drink and roll for the weekend. Like I needed like 40 degrees and rain to get my butt into gear. I sat in front of the computer yesterday for 4 hours, but Michael's gonna have a rough start to Monday. That's for sure.
So once you cook the sausage, I like to mix everything together. So I don't know if you can see this. Chopping up the sausage into little pieces. And then we're gonna mix it in with the pasta. And you could probably keep the Brussels sprouts on the side. And if you want, you can mix them all together or just eat them separately. And I like to add a little flavor, I like this balsamic reduction. It's got a nice flavor. It goes well with the Brussels sprouts. It's kind of sweet, but also kind of vinegary. So yeah, that is the meal prep. How are you guys doing over there? You have any questions or anything? Or are you guys feeling pretty good?
Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm just finishing up the mac and cheese.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I didn't do the sausage because I don't like sausage.
Okay, yeah.
So I didn't end up doing that. I'm like, well, see what else we can do. But
yeah, you don't have to use sausage necessarily. You could use another protein. I mean, mac and cheese has a lot of protein in it too. Because it's got all the cheese and the dairy. So you don't necessarily need the sausage. It's just if you like it.
I'm getting hungry again, even though I already had dinner.
Yeah, I had dinner a little bit ago too. I have to have like a snack or something.
Yeah.
My dog is smelling the food. I don't know if you can hear her barking.
Yeah.
He's like, I want some sausage.
It's a really nice apartment for a college campus. Is this in like a college apartment?
No, this is my house actually that I live in.
Got it. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Is this grad school then?
Well, I'm an online student, so I live in Philadelphia, and I live in this house with my fiance. So,
got it.
Very lucky to have this environment.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I think that's it for the demo portion. I don't want the video to go too long. Is it all right if I stop the recording? All right.